Weather forecast to midday Friday. East coast, southeast swell 3 metres. West coast, southwest swell 1 metre.
Oh, well, that sounds a little bit better, Pauline. Sounds as though it might pick up over the next day or so, so we'll have to just hope, eh? Oh, the weather's very important to us because the tournament revolves around the weather. Without good weather, or that the boats can get out and fish, because we have a lot of different size boats. There's 40, 50 footers, but it's very important that the small boats, like 12 metre boats down to 12 foot boats, they can still go and fish. So the weather's very important to those smaller boats.
It's currently 22 degrees. The outlook for today not too promising. The North's Met Office forecast is for mostly cloudy weather, rain developing and northerlies becoming gusty. It's 5 after 11 with Stephanie Melville and more of Northland's best music on KWC
Everyone who
FM.
lives here has an affinity for the ocean. You could actually say that it's in their blood. Some of the greatest adventures in New Zealand sport fishing history have taken place out of this harbour. And I'm here to bring you some of the action and introduce you to some of the people. But I didn't tow this boat up here for nothing. And at some point I'm going out there and going fishing myself, and who knows, it may be me who comes back to port with the big one. Oh, got the big one there, Hilt.
Yes, go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you.
How's the preparation going?
Well, it's coming along. The wind's not helping us too much this morning, but trying to get the tents and that up.
How big a fish do you think it'll take to win the tournament?
Ah, that's a big question, isn't it?
Sure is.
Oh, it's going to be about 150 k's I'm picking.
150? You're an industrious lad, Al. Why all the fuss?
Oh, come on, Graham. Oh, we're getting ready for the one base. When a tournament's on, we've got to go, don't we?
But what about this weather? It's horrendous. Is that going to make any difference to the tournament?
Well, hopefully by Saturday it'll be a lot calmer than what it has been, but...
But what if it's rough?
Well, some of us are going to get wet.
And some others are going to get sick?
That's true.
It's currently 23 degrees. Well, the worst is over. The North's Met Office forecast mostly fine weather with just a little cloud in the west. And good luck to all those baiting up and looking for the big one in the Tutukaka one-base tournament.
Oh, looking much better than yesterday. Great improvement. It's gone southerly today, so we're looking for better weather tomorrow. So we're pretty happy about that.
What we need to do, I suppose, we better get a bit more grog in and keep the boys happy, and probably another truck full than what we normally do, and the old Sleepy Hollow changes a little. Most of them will be coming out of town, which the common nickname, of course, for an Auckland is Jaffa, but I'm not going to say what that is. They can find that out themselves.
Whereabouts do you hail from?
From Auckland. Yeah.
Just another fishing Aucklander.
Which one do I get for catching the heaviest marlin?
Heaviest marlin, Graham? This one here. And with that you'll also get a trip for 4 up to Fiji and 7 nights in Castaway Island.
Palm trees.
About 10 grand worth, mate.
Yeah?
Just for catching the heaviest marlin.
What else is there?
Oh, there's $20,000 worth of pen tackle up for grabs. There's $14,000 worth of Furuno electronics. There's various breweries products, DB. There's Karuba rum.
A lot.
A lot.
Where are you boys from?
Rotorua.
You only catch trout down there, don't you?
That's the secret.
Oh, go on. Have you had any success with your game fishing?
Yes, we November we fished up in Fiji, fished the Castaway Island tournament, and the boys from Rotorua won that.
Does the prize list make any difference to you? Is that what you're after?
No, not really.
So what is it?
I don't know. It's being out there doing it. It's the boating aspect. It's the fishing aspect. It's the camaraderie, if you like.
What's something like this worth?
That total setup there is about $2,000 worth.
And how many of those do you have?
We've got 5 aboard. 5 rods exactly the same, all tied up in that sort of money.
Yeah. So would you term yourselves wealthy? What do you do for a living?
I work in the bush as a bush contractor. I wouldn't ever class myself as wealthy, but my money all goes on fishing gear. Yeah.
You can't go fishing and be wealthy.
So what do you do for a living?
Sell cars.
Some skippers are superstitious, some aren't. You got the likes of no bananas on a boat, no straw hats, no whistling. Everyone's peculiar, and I think that's because they have all got their own technique. Then they're putting these good vibrations out, and the fish are going to pick that up.
I just want to catch my first marlin.
Well, any
Big ones.
The big ones.
The biggest there are.
Cheers to good competition.
Certain boats will run no red lures because they reckon red lures catch marcos. Certain boats only allow one brand of ale on board, and the skippers will completely go sad if you bring the opposition brew on board.
Local knowledge, mate. Local knowledge.
I had a 6-pack of DB on board. The skipper said throw it over, so I did. By the end of the week, I'd tagged 4 marlin.
Oh,
well, good shot.
Cheers. Cheers. Welcome to the fishing club.
Nice to meet you, Robin.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
There's an old proverb, Mel.
Yes, there is, yeah. Fred Cottrell used to say, it was, there's wooden ships and iron men, and plastic boats and poofters.
Bugger off, you Jaffer, and I hope your plastic boat sinks.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, this boat has caught a lot of fish in its day, a lot of fish.
Every fish is so totally different. It's like a new woman on every trip.
Whereabouts are we off to, John?
Well, Graham, just out the back of the night, so I think I'll have a good look at today.
How do you decide where to go? You got a hot spot?
Yes, I just generally go to the area that I've been doing well over the years at and start from there.
So do areas work consistently each
Oh,
season?
definitely, yes. Yes, they do.
Could you write them down for me, please?
That's a secret.
I'm going to start the ball rolling today.
Have you had any success with these racehorses?
Yes, we've had a bit of success over the years. Our biggest thrill was last year we bred the Melbourne Cup winner, Doremus. He won the Caulfield and the Melbourne Cup double one year.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think catching a marlin is like breeding a Group 1 winner. It's a fantastic thrill.
Murray's got everything out. I'll just go through what I want you to do when we get a strike. Because as you know, I like everyone to catch the fish themselves on the boat. You come over, pick the rod up like this, lean it back slightly like that out of the holder because the weight's jamming it. Lift it up and point it at the fish. Like so, and get it under there. If it's too hard, pulling too hard, just back the drag about 1/4 of an inch and then move across like this to the chair, holding it up, put it in there and step round it like so, and you're ready to wind. Then we will clip the harness on. You lean right back like this and wind as you come forward. And so on.
How are you guys working your turns? Everyone gets a turn, don't they?
Yeah, there's 4 of us. We take a 1/4 hour each. If he's not near the chair or having a sleep or something, whoever jumps in gets it.
Well, that's a pretty hard school.
Well,
stay alert.
Stay alert, yeah.
Have you caught a few fish?
I've caught 4 so far, yeah. And it took me 13 years to catch the first one. I'd like a big one to hang on the wall, but haven't had a big enough one yet.
What are your family doing now?
Family, sitting at home, I hope. Who knows? Well, the wife's looking after the farm and that sort of thing. She's pretty understanding, to describe it.
Have you caught a few marlin?
The odd one.
How long ago was the first one?
1952 at Mare Island.
Can you still remember it?
Oh yes, wouldn't you?
What do you like about game fishing?
Up here?
Yep.
Oh, comradeship, 3 good mates.
If a fish hooks up in your turn, you're going to fight this fish and you're going to play it.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing sort of feat.
Yes, why not?
How the heck do you keep fit enough to be able to do something like that? What's the secret?
It's the pure life I've led.
Right, your turn. When you get.
Perfect day. You think something would have happened by now?
Yeah.
Pull this out.
Fit him all up properly.
What's happened, John?
Marco!
How big?
Oh, it looks about 30 kilos, 40 kilos.
Look at the shark surfing down the wave.
He is swimming fast, that's right. Trying to get ahead of the boat, I've got to keep turning.
Job is to retrieve your lure, right?
That's right, that's what this is for. It goes down the trace and I pull the lure out of the way to try and save the lure. That's that brand new lure this morning. See how powerful swimming he is. You pass me the tagpole. Just take it quietly till we can get that lure out of the way. See how you wrap the trace correctly. And it's the lines around them that's all over, because they can roll up in that trace and come right over the boat, especially a low-wooded boat. Dick Mackenzie years ago had his knee badly bitten because the fish rolled up the rope and fell into the cockpit and came loose and got him. One lure retrieved.
One tadpole, sir.
Righto, I'll come in behind you, Murray. One Marco tagged, and we can let him go very easily. Good one.
Team's on the board.
Yep.
Good effort, matey.
Thanks, Graham. It's unbelievable when you get a good strike. What actually happens? It's a real buzz. You know, it's a real adrenaline rush.
It's actually worth the quiet time just for that, isn't it?
It's worth the big weight.
Stand back, everybody. This shark was only caught an hour ago and it might still bite.
I'm pleased that he's standing beside it and I'm not. So you've got to be careful with them. You trust them when they're rotten, and that's about it.
Jim here, he's a fisherman from Tutakaka, commercial fisherman. I'm up from Wellington, and it was a 6 or 8 kg line. We're not sure quite what. It's pretty exciting really to get a fish this big on such light line.
Have a look at the little egg beater rod he caught it on. Little beauty, isn't it? Hendon's one of our local commercial fishermen here on the coast.
Barbecued sharks better than anything else out of the fish shop, I can guarantee you.
Beautiful fish, Peter. That'll take some beating.
I'm from Kawakawa, work for Mitre 10. This is actually a trip that we won through Stanley Tools.
What sort of days you have, Alvin?
Fair day at all, it's great. Excellent.
First time fishing?
Second.
Second. First fish you caught or not?
First, yeah, definitely.
Definitely the first one. Well, that's great going. Go and catch a marlin tomorrow and then you can have 2 prizes.
Oh, I'm over the moon, eh? I want to know how it went against the rest, though. Are we in the hunt?
Morning, guys.
Morning. Morning. Morning.
Well, as you can see, it's a lovely kitchen, or galley they call them on a boat. It's got a full gas oven, so you can have a roast meal, anything else that you like, gas hobs, microwave, dishwasher, so a little baby smear. But you can fit all your plates in, so there's no dishes to worry about, and that means no plates rocking around the sinks. All that type of thing, especially when you're fishing. It's a hassle to do dishes if it's rolling around. That's basically it. And there's a deep freeze, fridge. There's 2 fridges, a beer fridge and an ordinary fridge. Anything else that you can possibly want. I've caught a lot of fish. I've caught probably 15 or 16 marlin and 30 odd tuna, a couple of black marlin, a blue marlin nearly right, just very close. Well, we didn't have a lot of crew on the boat, so we got this marlin and it was huge. Anyway, I fought it for 3 hours 20 minutes. So we've got it up to the boat 2 or 3 times and they couldn't trace it, but they were trying to trace it, but they couldn't hang on to the leader, so it'd shoot off again and I'd have to play it for another hour and get it back to the boat. I think, yes, this time it's mine. Nope. So right at the very last time, there was a muck around and the hook fell out right at the boat, and I rushed into my cabin and cried.
Some women make better anglers than men. What is the secret?
Oh, we can't tell you. It's a feminine secret.
Oh, the odd bloke has caught the odd fish too, by crikey.
Not as well as we have. It's hot out there, isn't it, Sandy? Oh, it's wonderful. Gosh. Not getting no fish, but a tan. Read, eat, sunbathe, relax, chat, listen to music. Just, basically have a really hard life. It's just awful. Basically fishing is probably 90% boredom and 10% real excitement. But the 90% boredom, you can sort of get rid of it because you know it's going to be there. You're on a luxurious boat on this boat, like you're not sort of hanging out there in a tiny little tin boat. So it's a bit different, so you can just have friends on board and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, heading up towards Cape Brett, around that area somewhere, having a look for some nice water and a few birds, but as you can see there's not a lot out here at the moment.
You reckon it's me, eh? Boy, it's hot, eh? I suppose it's just the thrill, really, of catching one. Quite like going with old Al. Known Al for a few years now, and it's, you know, pretty good fun, really, eh? Oh, this is alright. This is like, you know, relaxation, eh? It's not like commercial fishing, though, is it? Like, it's the same deal. You've got to catch a fish, but you know, it's a bit more laid back, eh? You increase your chances if you know your local place you're fishing. And certain boats catch fish. It's all to do with the harmonics from the engine through to the propeller and all that, you know, and the shaft noise and that, and the amount of electricity being produced at the back of the boat. That has a lot to do with that, whether you'll catch fish or not.
It's alright, I'm just looking. This water looks to be getting a bit of colour now too.
How many men can run 1,000 miles?
There's a few men that have done it. It's probably about 10 in the world. No other woman had run 1,000 miles when I did it. No other woman had run 1,300 miles. And I wanted to be that woman. So I was prepared to really put my life on the line, you might like to say.
How do you feel when you finish?
It's the most amazing feeling. It really is. I was mentally and physically had it. The glycogen, the muscles had all been started to eat into. There was nothing left. All I had was a swollen body, swollen arms so much that the blood vessels had all started to burst. The skin was off my feet. I mean, I'd worn that off, but I knew I would mend. The biggest part to mend, though, is the mental part. It hurt so much. But in the end, finish that race, the great achievement. And I just believe you've got to live life. We haven't got that long in this life. We really haven't.
It is not a trial run.
It's not a trial. You only have one shot at it.
I'm the only female house mover in Australasia.
And how do the men accept that?
Well, they didn't to start with, and I suppose they used to wonder when I was going to go off and give up and get a real job. They expect a male to turn up to say, yes, I can cut this in half, yes, we can get the trailer in that way, we'll load it and take it out here. So when a woman turns up, they find out that a woman is coming to look, that's normally one shock. And the second shock is, which is said to me all the time, is that they expect, I guess, someone who's 6 foot tall and 16 stone and big macho, sort of butch woman.
And you've been very successful.
And I've been successful.
How do you measure your success?
I don't know if you ever really feel successful enough. If you buy one car, do you want a better one? If you buy one house, do you want a better one? I mean, what is success? I really am not quite sure about the answer to that. I guess it's being content.
Catch one fish, you want a bigger one.
You want a bigger one.
Why haven't we caught a fish, Lynn?
I think it's because you're on board, Graham. I think that you're just actually a bad luck symbol.
Well, I'm not actually going to own up to being a Jonah. It's not fair. I'm most certainly not.
He'll be stressed up by tomorrow afternoon if we haven't caught one. But you can't worry about it fishing, eh? Fishing's fishing, man, and when you catch them, you catch them, and you don't, and you can't do anything but laugh.
Cheers.
That is a very good fish. 5 hours. A marathon, it takes 3 hours to run a marathon. That's a pretty good time. 5 hours, that's a fishing marathon.
Okay.
Yell it right out.
225.4.
My knees are like jelly. And it just went like hell, and anyhow, we got the gear cleared, we started backing up, and the fish settled down, and we just got into one hell of a long fight.
So what goes through your mind when you're spending 5 hours fighting a fish?
The line was going to break, but it's a new line, it didn't break. Are my knots right? And then for the last couple of hours, I think, shit, I'm ready to give up.
You're harnessed in, you're battling this beautiful beast. It's a catch that all of us would love to have. It's one of the reasons why we all fish. Tell us how the fight went. Tell us all about it.
Real tough fish that took off right at the beginning. Tough fish.
Too rough for you, is it?
Oh, not much fun.
See you shortly. 69, Shredder.
Yeah, Joe, that's all.
You're all wimps. We'll see you later. 70, Phantom.
What sort of sails are rocking and rolling?
What? Rocking and rolling. 127, the far side.
Fishing our way through Ray Roberts, nothing to report, except a wet ass.
The bigger boats, they can handle it better, but the small ones, some of them are only 16 foot long, little tin boats. They're mad, in my opinion, but that's what fishing does to them.
Well, it certainly improves the fishing and makes the marlin more likely to come up and strike. I think think it probably hides the lures a little bit more in the water so that they produce a better action. Yeah, it's slightly less comfortable, but in the long run I think you get more fish out of it.
Well, I can assure you I'm lying low today. Not that I feel sick, it's just that everybody keeps assuring me it won't tip over, it won't tip over. We just got to get that fish. I mean, I don't really care in the end if it's rough or what, as long as we get that fish.
I guess I'm as superstitious as the next person. I personally like to spit on the bait. But we haven't caught anything today and I didn't spit on them, so, you know, I'm a bit worried about that. And just to prove a point, I'm now going to wind it in and spit on my bait.
Yeah, when are we going to get back? I've just had enough now.
We've been out here for hours. We've been out here for a lot of hours, trolling around, looking at a lot of ocean, and nothing. See how the boys are feeling. Don't you get bored?
Well, if it was easy, you wouldn't keep coming back.
I reckon that's bigger. I reckon that's 240. I'd say that's it.
Oh, 3 more than
That's
me.
the big
Yeah.
one.
Now I'll give you a rum if it's closer to you than it's closer to me.
Okay, I say two. What did I say? 240.
You 240. It's on the film. I'm 237.
256.2.
So you do your hair and brush your teeth and everything before you go on Jerry. Yeah, not too bad, is it?
Thanks, fella. It won't be long.
Hello,
Graham. How are you?
G'day, mate. I'm good. This is very interesting.
Well, you cut up that lateral line because that's the blood line, and you always have that on the outside of your fish.
What do you mean by the bloodline?
Well, that's where your blood pumps up and down. See, when you catch these tuna, when they commercial guys catch the tuna, they actually bleed these fish by poking the knife just in there like that, and it pumps the blood out. I've been tied up with a club since about 1971, so those days we had a small club and we were short of funds. And we thought, well, how can we get the fishermen in here? So we came up with a brainwave of running one base, which means fishing out and everybody coming home, spending heaps over the bar, making us rich.
What do you do with all the bits that are left?
It's good compost for the garden too. I've got carrots over there that grows bills now, fins and everything.
Whoa. How long does this stuff take to cook?
Oh, about 8 hours, Graham. Striped marl will take 8 hours, the tuna will take about 6, kingfish 5. Of course, you can't smoke them all together, otherwise you get different heat. They don't half cook and they don't, you know, half raw, so that's why you've got to smoke them singly.
Sure. How do you control the heat?
By the door. The door, you put your hand in and feel the temperature, and if it's too hot, well, you open your door.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Well, it is. Look at me hand. So there you have it. All right, you fellas, you can go now. I want to do some work. All right, cheerio.
Okay, buddy, I'll get out of here. How big? Hey, buddy. Look at that. Good on you.
Chinese philosopher says, time spent fishing not counted in man's lifetime.
a fantastic weather forecast that is for the day. Absolutely beautiful after the weather we've had, so that's fantastic. All those small boats that were having trouble with the weather yesterday and the day before, they'll be able to get out. So the fishing is going to be really good today. I feel it's going to give everybody a chance.
Okay, hit him hard and wind like shit. Okay, now push it up hard and lift. Hit hard, up hard. Yeah, well, start winding, buddy, start winding. Don't worry about that, give it heaps. Keep working him nice and smooth. It's a kingy, but it's not a very big one. Just under 15 by the look of him. I'm going to release him.
Well, I think it's just in human nature to hunt. And some people have got more of a hunting instinct than others. But, you know, the more you hunt, the more you catch.
Go for it, wind. Hit him hard.
Well, you're still trying to go, eh, mate? That's not a bad fish, that, buddy.
Here he is. Okay, it'll do.
Fella.
Yep. Well, hooked in the mouth. Yeah, that's not a bad fish. Yes, he's there. Okay, go ahead. Not massive, but out of three, he's the biggest, so we're going to keep that one anyway because it may go 15.
Right,
look good. Thank you, Skipper. Thank you, Michael. Lovely. Oh, well, that's my bit of work for the morning.
This is a personal favourite of mine, Cajun style, blackened, hot, spicy. I've got two styles here, one's hot and one's got lime juice. Just about to serve it up for the crew and I'll get on with it. The secret with this fish is not to overcook it, otherwise it gets very dry.
Open whenever you can, Michael. Yeah. Okay.
It's in the height bag, mate. Awesome.
But never mind, there's another one that's swimming around.
Oh, great. Marlin. Yeah, marlin. Better than 6. That's good.
You know, I've done most things in the world, I've been most places in the world, and there's nothing that really turns me on as much as fishing.
Oh, mud. Oh, good one, boys. Very nice. Nice fish.
Well, they say the worst day's fishing is better than the best day at work. I've caught nothing, but it was a good day. But someone else apparently has pulled in a big one. It could be the big catch.
Got a nice blue marlin on the back. It looks like it's going to go pretty close to top fish. So wait and see what it goes, but we'd like to sort of stick it to these Aucklanders.
Oh, watch yourself, buddy.
199.8.
Brilliant! Get on. Who cares? Lovely fish.
It's got the split lateral line.
You want to raise again?
Yeah.
Have a look at the teeth.
Not yet. Teeth on the bottom jaw, very small ones on top, which is as per the book. You'd be happy with it? Go to it. Okay, we've got a three-way vote here, and all three of them say it is a wahoo, so we're going to drop it down and put on the scales and weigh New Zealand's first legal wahoo. This is an excellent fish. It is probably one of the rarest catches in New Zealand for the last 10 years.
I tell you, you've got to be up.
Plus, a trip for four to Fiji, flying Air Pacific. 7 nights accommodation at Castaway Island on the unreal Ian Wakeman. Thank you. And that's what it's all about. Neil Rook from Air Pacific, fellas. And another one there, Mike Patterson. Here they come.